I said let him cook!
Hey everybody, we're doing something a little bit different today. I am going to show you how I make a recipe that I kind of came up with. It may have been done before, but I came up with it independently of whoever else has done it before. This is going to be birthday cake toffee. It is it's a hit. I'm making it for the church Christmas market, and it's just a fun, easy holiday treat that you guys can make at home. Whoa, that's upside down. So you're going to want 4 sticks of butter. You're also going to want a pot like this and a candy thermometer like this. I can put links in the description of the video. But I always use KerryGold. Some recipes say use unsalted butter, but I think they're just taking life a little too seriously. All right, I use 2 full cups of packed light brown sugar. There's one. Now, mind you, the stove isn't even on yet. All right, I got the other cup of brown sugar in there, and I'm going to put half a teaspoon of, that is a teaspoon, right? Yeah, half a teaspoon of coarse sea salt in there, because, you know, more salt, it's always good. It's the holidays, calm down. And once all that's in there, I just take just a splash of water. I'm just using a teaspoon because hands, I'd rather use that than a bottle, but yeah, I just put a little bit of water in there. And then we can crank this to just like medium high, like 8 is fine. It doesn't really matter. The whole point is you're trying to get this whole thing up to like 300 degrees. I get up to 307. Between 300 and 310 is where you want. That's called the, if you read on here, that's called the hard crack stage. And that's what you want for toffee. All right, so we're coming along. It's starting to melt into a kind of a mush. I usually, I have like this silicone thing. This can take up to, I don't know, a ridiculous high temperature before anything happens to it. But, so I always try to make sure that the bottom of the thermometer is not touching the actual bottom of the pot here, because that'll give an incorrect reading. It'll just be basically taking the heat of the pot itself. So I try to push it up a little bit. I try to adjust it accordingly. But we're already up to like 140 degrees. So this thing, it goes up fast. But you know, you just need everything to melt and kind of mix together, and I'll keep showing you as it progresses. Okay, well, that is cooking, and that certainly is cooking. This is where it gets creative. So I've taken a teaspoon and I filled it with cake batter flavoring, and a half teaspoon and I filled it with butter flavoring, or butter extract. And you put those in right after you take this thing off. So like once that thing hits 307, I'm going to take it off, kind of put it over on the edge of my sink here, and immediately, oh, there goes my stirrer. And I'm immediately going to drop those 2 flavor things in and mix them in pretty rapidly right before pouring it onto this parchment. I mean, I've lined my sheet here with parchment paper. But I may not be able to record that because I think I need both hands, but that's what I'm doing there. But yeah, this is where the kind of recipe opens up. Like I showed you the basics of the toffee, but it's that moment right when it hits 300 degrees where you can put your flavorings in and you can kind of make it your own. Like I've done like butter rum, like I put rum flavoring in there, or vanilla extract if you want to be more traditional. I've made like, there's all sorts of different things. You can do like almond extract. I keep dropping my stirrer here, but yeah. So as it gets closer to its destination, it becomes just one kind of big frothy mass. It's very drippy and remarkably easy to clean. The higher the temperature goes. So see this stuff, this doesn't stick on there. All you have to do is kind of pour cool water over it, and then it'll just kind of come off, like really easy. Okay, I've taken it off. I have taken it off the stove, and I'm just going to put that in there, and that in there, and then that stunk a little bit, but okay. It's going to throw up some steam. Sorry, my roommate left a pizza cutter in the sink there. But yeah, you just kind of stir it in like that. And it got a little higher than normal because I was trying to get out my thing to record it. It shoots up there fast, but that's not going to be a problem. You're not going to get like a burnt flavor unless it gets up to like 350. If it gets a little higher, it's just going to be a little bit crunchier, which is fine. It's fine for what it is. I'm going to put that in there for now. And this is, let me just adjust this a little bit. And then you just pour it. Sorry, I'm not showing the pouring. You kind of pour it like that. You get that in the sink. And probably turn the stove off. It's heating me up here. But then yeah, you spread it around. All right, I've spread it out evenly. It's starting to look like candy. So now I'm going to I take these Great Value white baking chips for this particular recipe. They're not the same as like the cream cheese chips or even like name brand white chips. These are specifically like they have kind of a vanilla flavor, or they almost have like a vanilla frosting type flavor. But what you're going to do is while this thing's still hot, you're just going to spread these out evenly. You might need a couple packages of this. But yeah, I'm gonna crack open the other one, and then, you know, just so it's basically evenly spread around there. But what this is gonna start doing is it's starting to melt those baking chips. So this is also where you can get creative. You can use chocolate chips. You can use any kind of chip you want. I'm gonna do one with peanut butter, like Reese's peanut butter chips. And then I'm gonna put Reese's Pieces on top of it. Just the sky's the limit. So as these are melting, you want to take the same spatula you were stirring with and just start, look at that. You just start spreading it around like frosting. And that becomes the top layer of the candy. So I'm gonna do the rest of that off camera, and then I'll show you the next step. I was not recording. I put a bunch of these sprinkles on it. I'm a fool. These sprinkles, as you can see, and I put this grate on top for the purpose of cooling, because I'm going to be making multiple batches. But yeah, you just sprinkle it across the top of the melted stuff, and that I've spread around, so it looks like a funfetti cake. But yeah, and then I put this on, so when I'm cooling it in the fridge, I can stack another on top without it messing up the, you know, squishing it. But yeah, I will, after it's cooled, it takes about an hour and a half, 2 hours to cool, something like that in the fridge. I usually do it in the fridge because if you do it in the freezer, the toffee itself and the candy coating will cool at different rates and they'll separate, and it'll be a lot more messy. But yeah, so I do it in the fridge, and they kind of cool down together and become like a cohesive thing. But yeah, this recipe yields about 2.5 pounds of toffee. So if you want like a holiday party, you want to be the talk of the town, you know, bring this stuff around. And this is the finished product. Just take that off here, and then yeah, you can just kind of lift it up from the corner, and you can just start breaking it apart like that. And yeah, you got a piece of toffee that tastes like a birthday cake. And yeah, I'm gonna just break this up and put it in a bag so I can wash my pan here. But yeah, follow me for, well, gaming content primarily, but I may occasionally drop another recipe like this. See ya.